Take a moment now to discuss one of the country's most puzzling missing person cases. It is that of Andrew Amato. At the age of 4, he went missing from near his Massachusetts home. This was back in 1978. Now the FBI is offering a $25,000 reward for any information in the case. We have investigative reporter Ann Emerson from Criminally Obsessed to talk about the latest developments here. Ann, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. This is an incredible case that we're hearing about again.
Yeah, give us the background, Harold. For those who have not heard of it, talk about what happened and when.
Well, you know, it came up pretty much on, we're talking within a week of the anniversary of this disappearance, this little boy. This was 47 years ago, 1978. This little 4-year-old wandered into the woods, was playing with his sister and his cousin, who were also tiny. But remember, this was 1978. So we sort of had a very different kind of rules of, you know, kids kind of playing on their own. And they were in the woods behind where they lived. And they had wandered off, been playing for a while. And I guess this little boy, Andrew, who we've seen pictures of, and he's absolutely gorgeous, had dropped one of his favorite toys. So his sister goes back finally, because he won't leave the woods without it. She goes back to go look for it, and when she returns, the little boy has disappeared. Her little brother's disappeared, Andrew. And from that point forward, there has been multiple searches throughout these areas. And the most concerning thing is that, you know, as they've searched and searched over the years, there's just so many possibilities of what could have happened.
Who was he in the care of last? I know you said the kids were out playing in the forest, so we understand that. Right. But who was he in the care of?
Well, he was with, I mean, his parents, I mean, everybody was like back at the trailer. I mean, as far as I understand, he was really on his own with his cousin, who I think was 7, and his little sister, who was 6. So when this disappearance happened, you know, of course, they immediately, you know, started contacting to find out, well, what happened? Who was there? What was going on? And from what we understand, once the search started, which was very quickly conducted, once they were able to alert the relatives that something had happened, that's when things really got cooking. And they had, from what we've been able to see over the years, just so many troopers, so many people out there looking. Because when you look at this area of where this trailer park was and where the woods were, where these children were, it's really at the intersection of almost 3 states. I mean, you're only like 5 miles or 5 minutes probably from the Connecticut border. You're up in Webster, Massachusetts. You're near the Connecticut border. You're near the Rhode Island border. And there was a highway that was not that far away from these woods. So the searches that have been conducted have really been conducted in a multi-state jurisdiction, and yet the amount of information that the FBI has been able to find, you know, has left this a mystery. They're still looking. They're still looking for this little boy. But you know what they did find? They found his toy. They found a Weeble toy because a truck driver turned it in. But the problem with that whole scenario was they had already searched that area.
Interesting. Okay. And then talk about this reward that is being offered by the FBI. Mm-hmm. Is that a new development, or has that been out there for a while? It is.
No, I mean, this is very exciting, because I think what's going on is that they've gone back into an area, because when this truck driver found this toy, they sort of, you know, they looked into this truck driver very closely, and as we've, you know, investigated crimes over the years, you know, these kind of highways and truck drivers have become a focus at times of would they have been involved in somehow. Now, there is sort of this, I don't know how much we can put to it right now, but there was some level of some kind of deathbed confession that many investigators have pointed to with this man who has never been named, that he had said something about the disappearance of Andrew when he was dying. Mm-hmm. And when that happened, it kind of reignited this, of course, to be able to start looking again in these areas. And one of the areas that they've just recently searched again is a pond in Rhode Island that was not far from where this little boy disappeared. And like I said, so this is like a multi-state search. But yeah, it looks like the FBI may be onto something, that they are really asking people to come forward, contact them if they have any information, if they remember anything back during that time, because they've gotten some of their most valuable leads over the years on this case by just saying it out loud again. And that's what we do, is sometimes awareness on these really ice cold cases just need one person to think, oh my gosh, I remember something.
And how has Andrew's family coped over the years? It's been so long ago. What family members are still left and around?
That is very heartbreaking. And you know, in an extraordinary move, FBI went ahead and put that plea out by his sister, and we actually have it on Criminally Obsessed, so you can hear a little bit of it. This sort of interview they gave with Michelle, the sister who had gone back to find the toy for her little brother, is still heartbroken. You can see the grieving and that sense of justice for Andrew. As we've heard over the years, closure's probably not the right word because there has been so much grief for so long. But Michelle really, I mean, I think she really hopes that they're able to learn more about what happened to her brother, that they can maybe at some point close this case. Her mother's already passed, and she talks about how that just sort of broke her heart, but that her father is still alive, and they hope that maybe they can find out some answers sooner than later if people come forward now.
And Anne, I know perhaps people are hearing about this for the first time. Their interest is piqued. Where can they find out more? Tell us how to find Criminally Obsessed.
We're on all platforms at Criminally Obsessed. We want you to also check out our YouTube, because we're doing a lot of different mysterious disappearance with another one of my colleagues, Autumn Kalika, that we are looking at different cases. And so look for us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We are across all social platforms. We actually just reached 1 million followers, and we would love it if you came and talked to us about the stories that you're obsessed with too. So be sure to follow.
Okay. Ann Emerson, thank you for talking with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.